proclamation is on Human Rights Day. And in this proclamation, I'm going to go up to the podium and I'm going to recognize a few people. So here we go. The proclamation that I have here this afternoon is in honor of Human Rights Day. Joining us this afternoon are Michael Rayner, Chair of the Human Rights Board. Mr. Rayner, if you'll come up, and also Judith Ann, Jason Blank, Fiola Felicia, Marta Estevez, S.F. Marculi, Mahi, Greg Milford, Jose Morera, and Ben Sorensen, and Sandra Welsh. Come on up. If everybody will gather around on both sides of the podium, you can see Mr. Rayner is experienced. He gets right up here up front. He's not shy. All right, in this proclamation, the Board of County Commissioners designated June 21 as Human Rights Day in Broward County to coincide with the enactment of the Human Rights Act on June 21, 1978. And whereas as a county long committed to promoting individual rights and human dignity, let us continue our efforts because ensuring respect for human rights is never ending. It is always a work in progress. And whereas the manner in which we treat people of all backgrounds demonstrates our values, defines who we are, and compels us to remain determined to value and respect the diversity of all individuals. And whereas the humanity of all our citizens will be diminished if any group is denied rights granted to others. And whereas the Human Rights Act established the Human Rights Board to serve as an advisor in an advisory capacity to the Broward County Commission to work and promote respect and dignity of all by supporting a community where every person is valued and equity and diversity are embraced through action, advocacy, and collaboration. And whereas Human Rights Day presents a special opportunity for a day of rededication in upholding and advancing the dignity, equality, and security of all individuals. And whereas the words of Nelson Mandela are an inspiration to all citizens. To deny people their human rights is to challenge their very humanity. Now therefore, be it proclaimed by the Board of County Commissioners of Broward County, Florida, that the Board hereby observes Sunday, June 21, 2015, as Human Rights Day in Broward County, and encourages all residents to celebrate this day by demonstrating their commitment to promoting a culture which values and respects the diversity of all individuals. So I will hand this over to the chair. If one of you would like to say a few words, and my guess it's going to be the gentleman that's on my right.
And the vice chair quickly.
Okay.
And actually, to the minority leader, actually was on your side for quite a while. Good afternoon, Michael Rayner. I just wanted to say, it really is an amazing day for this to be presented with the centennial presentation with some of the Broward centennials who have seen so many things in terms of human rights over the last 100 years in Broward County. I myself, when I moved down here from New York, born in 1970, and living in a predominantly white community, the fact that blacks couldn't go to the beach, the fact that there was segregation in the schools, and some of those things that I never experienced or witnessed in my own life, to hear when I came down here and just to be in shock that this is part of history. And we've come a long way, and we've often forget about Black's Beach that's down at John Lloyd, or the Colored Beach, I believe is the correct name for which is on the plaque. And the wade-in for Eula Johnson, and some of the things that the struggles just for people to enjoy their basic human rights. I really just want to say, it's really exciting that the leadership this county's provided in developing a Human Rights Act that fills the gaps where federal and state law ignores populations, and also to fill the gaps for groups between 5 and 14 to ensure that it reaches and has a larger net to protect people so that they can fulfill what they need to in life. This year, the county did a tremendous thing. While the transgender community was under attack in Tallahassee on legislation that would ban access to restrooms, Eddie Labrador participated and spoke against the legislation, basically pushing the county's opposition to the legislation. I had the privilege myself, as well as Bishop S.F. Makalani, who is actually one of the mayor's appointees and the first transgender individual to ever be appointed, I believe, to the county's Human Rights Board. And so at 100 years, we're still making changes in representing communities that have never had representation or a voice within bodies of power. And that's a great testament. We've heard a lot about, with Jenner coming out, Bruce Jenner coming out as Caitlyn Jenner, a lot of conversations and discussions. And it's a reminder that we all should think about different communities and learn about those communities sometimes before we speak about them. It's an opportunity for us to figure out what is their struggle, how hard is it on them, what's the financial hardship, what are the opportunities in economics or housing or any other area of life that they're denied in, and how do we solve those through public policy. And this county, through its Human Rights Act, has done that by protecting gender identity and gender expression and allowing what a Miami legislator tried to prevent from happening. And that's a great thing that Broward stood strong in some of that. This year, the county is going to be sponsoring, in a 5-year partnership with Sunny.org, with the Convention Bureau, the Southern Comfort. It's the largest transgender conference in the nation, and that'll be happening in Weston in September. So it's a true testament. It's why I'm emphasizing some of the transgender issues right now in this comments, because everything is timely in a discussion for us as a county to truly understand that community that we really know so little about for so many. The Human Rights Board, as it goes forward, we haven't been hearing as many cases coming before us in complaints because of the ending of a work-share agreement with the EEOC and the change in where there's no appeal in administrative review. So what we're looking at doing is outreach and education to make sure that the community understands what the Human Rights Act does here in Broward County. So on the 100th anniversary, it's a time to renew our commitment to human rights, to understand what they mean and how powerful they are in an individual's life. And so I'm very excited about some of that. And, even with the SCOTUS decision coming down anytime soon on the Defense of Marriage Act, I'm very excited as a gay man about the decision that will soon undo a discriminatory act on marriage that's denied so many families, and this county's taken a proud stand. I want to just quickly introduce the Vice Chair of the Board, Phyllis Shaw, to speak about the board a little bit.
Good afternoon, Phyllis Shaw. If you're an individual living, working, or operating a business in Broward County, please be aware of the Human Rights Board. And we're here, we help to prohibit discrimination against individuals. If you feel someone has violated your human rights, please don't hesitate to call us. We're here for you. We meet very often and very regular, and any one of us can help you, and we're located in this building. Please come and join us. We encourage you to attend our meetings. It is open to the public. Thank you.
Okay, we've got a large crowd, so we're coming. She's not allowed. She doesn't have rights. Lois told me
First one. 2.
Next.